Hello, I'm Rachel Wade, the founder and creator of Pura Vida Your Life. And my purpose is to be an enabler, sharing my wisdom and giving people the sacred, safe space that they need to make significant life changes. And my proven life-changing results are through using transformational coaching approach combined with shamanic principles and practices. And as an intuitive transformational coach, I empower women to rediscover their uniqueness, gain their identity, find their purpose and their direction in life so that they can be happy and healthy and fulfilled, fully existing in their divine soul power. So, are you ready to take your first step towards a happier, healthier, and more fulfilled life? Well, this video is about if you're not tapping into your true self, are you really living? And I'm going to talk about that in more detail and share with you 3 golden nuggets to improve your life straight away. And they are: be present in the now. The magic is in the nothingness, and prioritize you. You see, there is a trueness and a falseness in the way that we live our lives. And for many years, I was living a life of an idealized version of myself, a superficial self, and sadly, an artificial pseudo self. Living in a world that was constantly telling me what to do, how to act, what to be, and how to look. I was completely challenged in knowing how to be my true self and be true to myself and live a life that I really wanted to live. As I had a belief and I was having these thoughts that wouldn't be accepted, I wouldn't be loved, and I wouldn't be successful if I walked the path of my truly authentic divine soul trueness with every essence of my being. You see, I was doing that because it was a way to keep safe and for me to be accepted and to fit in. But thankfully, I've made the changes to live freely and powerfully express who I am in this life, in all of my glorious uniqueness, and I dance along the path in this life. But to be quite honest, it was exhausting to suppress who I really was and am. And I recall people asking me, "How are you?" And I would just say, "I'm good," really just to avoid an in-depth conversation. And I would think, well, they don't really care. They don't really want to know how I am. And I would often say, "I'm fine," and just shrug it off, even though I wasn't. See, I was afraid to be myself. And the mask and persona I was showing the world would tighten as time went on. It would become hard to remove the mask. Even when I was alone, I was lost. And one of the biggest situations I see on a daily basis is incredible women going through life in their various roles as a career woman, a businesswoman, a partner, a wife, a mother, a friend, all under a shadow of who they really truly are, just as I was. So, can you take off the mask? This can be the bravest and toughest thing to beat. It's an internal struggle. And we've learned that we have to feel safe before we can start to be authentic. It can be especially hard in the relationships that we have with all the people in our lives. And some people avoid vulnerability at any and all costs, living a life of suffering and pain over what life could be. In our relationship with ourselves, we can look in the mirror and immediately put on that mask to hide what we think we can see. You see, it all starts with the story of you. You have been on your own unique journey in this life, and that journey has led you to where you are today and the beautiful being that you are. With all of your lightness and darkness, be unafraid, embrace and celebrate all aspects of that journey. You are enough to be, to have, and to do anything you choose. So be your true self. That sounds like wise advice, right? Being true to yourself has a range of benefits. Authenticity is more than a way to feel good in life. It's good for your health, It's good for your relationships, it's good for your spirituality, and even your career. And here's some reasons why. You will gain greater self confidence. To live an authentic, true to yourself life has a significant effect on your self confidence. You like yourself more, you trust your own judgment, you acknowledge and work with your own unique set of skills and talents, and you make better choices that align with how you want to be. And for that reason alone, isn't it worthwhile stepping into your true self? Also, more respect. As your confidence grows, you'll inspire respect in others as they see you living in your truth. Everyone wants someone to look up to, and people recognize and respect authenticity. You'll find yourself being a role model and a leader for others, which is what the world really needs right now. And greater trust. When people see you living or in alignment with your values, seeing you as being straightforwardly yourself, their trust in you will soar. And trustworthy people make great leaders. If you become known for being honest and trustworthy, you're more likely to be promoted or given opportunities. So imagine that. And better health. Living in alignment means you're so much more likely to take care of yourself. You'll prioritize your self care, your rest, and your balance. People that are committed to living an authentic life are more likely to eat healthy foods, they're more likely to exercise and spend time in nature. Being your authentic true self also sets you up for a better mental health as you are calmer, less conflicted, and are generally all round happier. Simple, isn't it? Greater resilience. People who are at peace with their true selves are much more resilient when it comes to dealing with life's challenges, the ups and downs that get thrown at us. They deal better with stress, which in turn has great benefits for their physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. You've heard of cortisol, right? Well, that comes from being highly stressed, and none of us need that running through our bodies. And better relationships. Being truly authentic leads to better relationships because you're not pretending to be somebody else. You can be honest and straightforward about who you are and what you value without fear of being judged. You're also better at managing boundaries and less judgmental of your partner, your family, and your friends. Ultimately, living a truly authentic life means that you will live a life with no regrets. You've probably seen those lists of top regrets of those people that are at the end of their days. But choose not to be one of those people. Start now. Start by choosing to live authentically, true to yourself. Choose to be unapologetically you, authentically, and choose to be happy. That's Pura Vida. A great way to get started is with my 3 golden nuggets to help you live a life more authentically aligned to your true being. So, number 1, be present in the now. Do you what you are doing in that exact moment with every essence of your being. Get out of your head and look at what's in front of you and experience this moment. So, my top tip here is when going for a walk, avoid getting lost in senseless thought. And when you realize that this is happening, start looking at each foot as it hits the ground and be mindful of all of your senses. What do you think? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you feel? Bring yourself back to that moment, and I guarantee you that you will be instantly happier. Number 2, the magic is in the nothingness. So take quiet time for yourself each day. Stay there long enough to remember who you are. And when this experience is over, do your best to take it into the rest of the day with you. And my top tip here is light a candle and look into the flame for just 5 minutes a day to introduce a gentle ritual and practice. Honor this time for yourself. You are building the most important relationship you will have in this life, and that's the one with yourself. And number 3 is prioritize you. Take care of yourself, and you will soon realize, without a doubt, that in doing so, it is your number 1 job, your biggest priority. And although you might think it sounds incredibly selfish, you will come to understand that if you put yourself first, you will feel better, and your passion to take care of others comes naturally without an obstacle or any effort. So, my top tip here is ask yourself, what are the 3 best ways that you can take better care of yourself? And trust your intuition. Have faith that you have the answers. They will come from your heart, your true self. And by doing this, you are tapping into your inner wisdom, which always leads to a path of greater peace and well-being. So let's summarize those golden nuggets again. Be present in the now. The magic is in the nothingness, and prioritize you. And by being yourself, you are being brave, courageous, and strong. And by acknowledging all of what you can be, you can tell the universe that you can until you believe it too. The steps are easy, and you are worth it. All of this is about your purpose that you are leading in this life, and the passion that is your fuel. Staying true to yourself is all about mastering how to live life authentically rather than faking it or forcing it. Having the life that you want and deserve is about being trusting in yourself and the purpose you are living for. Both need passion behind it, firstly, and fueling it each, secondly. Or will you experience burnout, just as I did? So, when you are authentic, you can call the path you walk your own. When you live your life for you and not just for the results of your actions, you can let go of what you don't need. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again for next week's Pura Vida Your Life happenings for insight, inspiration, and more golden nuggets to help you live a happier, healthier, and fulfilled life. I also invite you to come on a journey of empowerment with me. Sign up to Discoveries, my newsletter, to start taking steps to improve your life straight away. You can find those details on my website. So, Pura Vida Your Life, it all starts with you. So, until next time, Pura Vida.